everybody, and welcome back. Justin loves the intro, good stuff. That's rather lucky then, isn't it? Jonathan, hello to you. David Bartley, Overhead Greenland as well. Hi guys, welcome back to another live stream with the freeware Alicante. LEAL Airport's freeware for Microsoft Flight Simulator, really good. And for the first time on the channel, we are taking a Vueling livery out for a spin. All the links to this, I think, are in the description for today's live stream, of course. And actually today we're starting almost cold and dark, because I know somebody requested that, or a few people requested that the other day. So we haven't programmed the flight plan or anything like that in at the moment. We're going to be doing that in a second. A couple of people flying along today as well, so great to see everybody. And tomorrow, hopefully, those of you flying along today, you'll have to let me know if you can or can't. I want to try and learn the Mac loop with somebody that knows it, and use the Payware Just Flight Hawk, I should say, that's due to release very soon for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So you guys can see how that works all live as well. If you're new to the channel, then a very warm welcome on board. Make sure you hit subscribe and give the live stream a little like. Dan. Oh dear. Was that the latest experimental branch? Here we go. One thing I wanted to show you guys, by the way. I'll set the drone camera up here because that's where the demonstration is going to be. It's a new feature that's inside the mod. So here we go. Experimental branch of the Flybywire mod, and all we've got is Dan, I'm not sure. I've just quickly thrown an ice cream down, so potentially that. So external power, and it gives us power up here in the overhead. 3 ADRS, turn those to nav, and then you pretty much just wait. I'll put the nav lights on, seatbelt signs, no smoking, that sort of thing. And I like to switch evac off from captain to captain and purser, so it allows the crew to commence an evacuation in real life. Without ATC as well, you want 2000 sets, transponder code for IFR, and pop your predictive wind shear on. You can lock the door whenever you wish, and you can turn whatever lights you want on as well. For VATSIM Unicom 1228 to be active. Up here, ATSU. And effectively, you can just go ahead and import everything here. So, init press. Ah, that's annoying. You know what? I'm going to turn tips off. Where are they? Notifications, show incoming messages and simulator. Bye bye. Init data request. And then we want to go back one. See, that's all looking good. We've got a little bit of data there as well. Back one. And then we go down to weight and balance, hit load, click across, send for the passenger data, and then start the boarding process. Now whilst that's boarding, you can see here the gross weight's going up 100 kilos at a time. But we can go ahead and just crack on with everything else really. So init A. And that's just going to load everything in ever so slowly. There we go. When we get the next message pop up there like so, then we're all good, and we want to change the cruise to flight level 320 as such. Flight plan. Canton, Centre, Prado, Bened, all on the UN 733 airway, all the way to FORNO, which is then where Santiago is. So nice and easy. With the current METAR at Alicante, Winds are 280 at 9 knots, variable between 250 and 350, 30 degrees Celsius and a QNH 1016. So departure, runway 28, and we know we want the Canto 3 Charlie departure, as per the charts. So, still boarding away, you can see the weights going up, and while that's happening, I'm going to show you this. What I want you to do is watch the door. It's a new animation. I've been testing it. Well, I was testing it a few weeks ago.
315 Delta, stand 35 Alpha, engine start and pushback facing east.
No problem. I'm hoping it'll be quite quick here. There we go. You can see the little wobble on the door there. Renew Reviews having similar issues as well. Is this the latest experimental branch of the Flybywire mod that you guys have been using, or is it a different version? Doctor on board, thanks. I'll do that in a second. Love it. We've got a doctor on board doing all the data today as our first officer. Here we go. Watch this door animation. Can't zoom in much more. Look at that. Bouncy, bouncy. So good. Little things are adding all of the extra high fidelity items into the Flybywire mod. It's in the development version as well. There it goes. Pretty cool. So what else have we got? Just in a second. Just need to work through a few little bits. So we've done that. Flight plan. Init B page. Block fuel 6.2, but we're going to need 4.2. I'm just going to use that for now. Might as well. Earth page, and we'll use doctor on board's bit of fact finding there. 1044. Like so. And engine out. 1044. David, good to hear. Volcom, yes, so use just the rudder controls basically for that. Although I do find it's sometimes very sensitive, so don't always use it. Transition altitude 6,000 according to the charts, and we're going to have one. Carter, it could well be, although it's the freeware Alicante scenery, so I'm not 100% sure whether or not this has got the Latin VFR Jetway Pro as well, although I have got that installed, so it could well be the case. This departure is backing on the Altet VOR, so we want 113.8, tune that in. And Canto 3 Charlie, we want an outbound radial tracker 324, so let's pop that in there just as a course reminder. What have we got here? 20 miles to Vilna, so flight plan, I'm just going to put a visual fix ring in here. Button. There we go. We've put a little fix ring in there as well. There we go. Got a load of people flying along. Let's get rid of the jet bridge. And Justin, you're in view, so whenever you're ready. You'll hear the jetway noises with this. I'm pretty certain that is Jetway Pro by Latin VFR. I In fact, I would almost put money on it. Really cool. There's Justin. Although Chanex on VATSIM, little tip for you, Justin, you want to log in as EXS instead of LS. Yeah, Justin, I am ready. That is the Latin VFR jetways. So there you go, guys. You've seen the Latin VFR Jetway Pro for Microsoft Flight Simulator for the first time. Very cool.
Into runway 28 via Delta, Charlie 3, Charlie 6, and hold short Charlie 7, Alicante traffic.
Our call sign today, guys, is Vueling 1459. Very smooth, Justin. Nicely done. It's fantastic jetways, aren't they, for Jetway Pro? And they don't conflict apparently with other sceneries, which is a really good thing for us to know, of course. Right, Navigraph. I've got Volanta and stuff fired up as well. Navigraph, you can see there, Canton 3 Charlie up to 3,100, and max of 210 in the turn there. So we've got to make sure we don't go beyond that and exceed that speed limit on the turn out. And then Nargo at or above flight level 110, so up on the FCP. I'm going to put 12 in for now, just as a reminder to me. And our QNH as well earlier was 1016, so let's change that. Turn constraints on, back the VOR, and our standby instrument as well. Taxi charts. Runway 28 for departure, so we're going to push back and face east. And then we're going to taxi Delta, Charlie, down to sort of Charlie 8, down here. 3,000 metre runway, so plenty long for us. Graphics mix between ultra and high, really. I've just sort of made my own custom tweaks with them all. What else do we need to do here? Done flight plan, done RadNav, done the perf, got our V speeds, init A and B, and boarding is done as well. We're 70 tons, wow. That's heavier than I thought we would have been. That fuel prediction stuff is done too. And we put a fixed ring in, 20 miles. We can just see there, in line with Vilna, which is good to know. That's interesting. Fuel 28. 1010. That doesn't look correct at all. Canton 3 Charlie. Put this back in. Wait 28. Canton 3 Charlie. No transitions. Okay, so we're actually going to have to do this ourselves. We're going to have to depart runway heading. And then track 009 degrees to intercept the radial of 324 for the VOR. So actually our course is going to become handy for this now, because we're going to have to do this ourselves. It doesn't seem to be in the scenery or the nav data. One of the two or both. Let's start this. And we will prep for pushback as well. Watching the APU go up here. Hopefully those of you who wanted... Wesley, hello to you, welcome. Hopefully for those of you who wanted to see a bit of a cold and dark setup, that's been beneficial or helpful for you. David, good to know. So, we're going to depart 280 degrees, so I'm going to make a note of this. 280 degrees until... Wesley, thanks. Here we go. Where are the charts? While we listen to Wesley's super chat. Thanks for your super chat, by the way. 280, runway heading until 9.5 DME. 210 knot limit, and we have to be at or above 3,100 for then a turn to 009 degrees. Here we go. Interceptor radial 324.
Just refilled my card, so here I go. 12131415171819.
Is that your card number? Oh dear, thank you very much. Lead the APU, come off external power, and let's do aircraft power and arm pushback.
Cockpit to
Beacon.
ground. This is ground. Stand by.
Yeah, doctor on board, it is indeed. It's just a little marker to know where I'm 20 miles away. I should be roughly at Vilna then. That's all it is. What I'm also going to do is do a 9.5, is it 9.5? So I'm going to do a 10 mile fix as well, because we're going to have to manually turn. And that's going to be 9.5 from Altet.
All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed.
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
So we're going to do a fixed ring based on a VOR. Not sure if it's going to allow 9.5, but
Standing by for pushback.
yeah, so we will do 10. Actually, we'll do 10. Okay, so now we've got 2 fixed rings in place, and we're going to use the narrow margins for us to track that now as well. How long did I sleep yesterday? About well, how long is it usually? 4 hours, something like that. That is awesome, by the way, guys. Be flying in. Alicante traffic, Vueling 1459er A320neo at stand 33, pushing start, facing east, QNH 1016, Alicante traffic.
Alicante
Cockpit
traffic,
to ground.
Vueling 490.
We are cleared for start and push.
Clear
Parking
behind.
brakes set.
Stand 19, facing east, behind company traffic.
Parking brake.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engine in sequence.
It will start in the sequence.
Stephen, welcome aboard. Thanks for joining us, a bronze frequent flyer. What have we got here for views? This is the one. Make sure you message us on Discord, Stephen, and we'll get you added into the club lounge in there. Very warm welcome aboard. Thanks for supporting the stream with a membership. LD, it's toolbar pushback for Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's a freeware mod on flightsim.to. It's really good. Wesley, that's normal for night shift. Pretty much run on 4 hours sleep for those 3 days. Takes you a few days to get used to it. Sort of get back onto a normal pattern, I should say. See, that should do. Not during this cruise. It's too quick. Vueling safety demonstration.
Es muy importante para todos los que viajamos a bordo de este avión. Por esto les pedimos que incluso si es un viajero frecuente, no utilice auriculares y preste atención por unos minutos durante la demostración de seguridad.
Safety is of the utmost importance to us, so even if you're a frequent flyer, we ask you to remove your headphones and to pay close attention for a few minutes, as we take you through the safety instructions for this aircraft.
Please set your parking brake.
Este Airbus A320 dispone de 8 salidas de emergencia,
Brake set. Lowering aircraft.
2 puertas en la parte delantera del avión, 4 salidas de emergencia sobre las
Startup is
alas
complete. You may disconnect.
y 2 puertas en la parte trasera del avión.
Clear to disconnect. See you
Cada salida está claramente señalizada y se localiza fácilmente siguiendo el camino de luces del pasillo.
Our Airbus A320 has 8
Rex, good
emergency
afternoon.
exits,
Hope you're okay.
2 doors at the front of the plane,
How's the
Four
747
emergency
retexture
exits over the wings.
doing for you?
and 2 doors at the rear of the plane. Each exit is clearly identified and can be found by following the exit route lights along the aisle.
Así es como se abrocha y desabrocha el cinturón de seguridad.
Go flaps 1 plus F.
and unfasten your seatbelt.
El chaleco salvavidas
Last
se
station,
encuentra
signal
debajo del
unit on that was
asiento y
just
únicamente
static,
puede
couldn't hear anything.
utilizarse si lo indica la tripulación.
The life jacket is under your seat and must only be used if instructed to do so by the cabin
Tight
crew.
turn there for us.
Muchas gracias por su atención y disfrute del vuelo.
Thank you for
Alicante
your
traffic,
attention.
Vueling
Enjoy your flight today.
1459er, taxi to hold point Charlie 9, runway 28 via Delta Charlie. Brakes. Don't do any naps. Yeah, Alberto, they should be on all the mods now actually, the PTU sound, but you can and should deactivate them if you're in flight tech views, because they're not actually audible in real life, except for in the cabin.
Alicante traffic, Vueling 490, taxiing to runway 28.
Oh, fantastic,
via
Rex.
Delta Charlie.
Rex, by the way, guys,
Yeah,
it's the
Charlie
livery
9.
creator behind all of our 787 and 747 liveries. The British Aviation ones and the Osprey Airlines, or Osprey Airways and Osprey World Cargo liveries. It's been working over the last week or two in revamping all of his 747 BA retrojet liveries with really exquisite fine details, so like the stickers and the labels around the cargo doors and all that sort of stuff, which is really good. So you can look forward to that being on flightsim.to very soon. Flight time about 1.5 hours, nice and short. And then we've got the TDM scenery designs, Santiago scenery when we get there as well. Let's go auto brake arm, speed brake arm I should say, or ground spoilers, cabin check and auto brake max.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
Pop them out the belly. Rather quiet outside. Seems like we're going a lot quicker usually. There we go. Alberto, not that Santiago, not South America's Santiago.
315 Delta via Charlie 8.
How's the white cap, by the way?
Alicante traffic.
Looked really cool. Yeah, the 319's tiny, so that's why. There goes a little swerve in the thing there. A321neo, you can barely hear the PTU in row 3, as I found out the other day. We said Charlie 9, didn't we? So I'm going to hold at Charlie 8 instead. Alicante traffic, Vueling 1459ers holding Charlie 8 ready for departure. Alberto, glad you're loving the baseball cap. My navy blue one looks really cool, but having seen your white one, actually, I'm quite envious of that. It does look very good.
Alicante traffic, Osprey 415 Delta, taken off runway 28, Capital 3 Charlie departure. Alicante traffic.
Like you didn't mind wearing it, I don't think. Yeah, we're 70 tons LD today. Really short flight though, but racked are full of stuff.
Alicante traffic, GC 45 kilo, pushing back, stand 25 facing east, Alicante traffic.
Yeah, I'd agree, Alberto, it does look really cool. Alicante traffic, Vueling 1459 via Charlie 8, line up runway 28 and wait. Give him a minute. 2 minutes actually, I should say. Nice headwind for departure there with the windsock. It is variable though, so it could do anything. There goes Dan.
Traffic, Vueling 490, holding runway 28 at Charlie 8. Alicante traffic.
Always Jimson pilot doesn't sound good. Hope you're okay. Right, that's good. We've got our fixed ring ready, and as a reminder here, we haven't actually got anything to do for nav data in relation to the SID, so we're going to have to manually fly this. So I'm going to make sure I've got my charts ready. Canton 3 Charlie, and we know that we're going to 9.5 DME from Alt. At or above 3,100 for a turn, max 210 knots.
Osprey 315 Delta airborne, passing 1500 free. Proceeding on runway heading till 9.5 DME, then starting.
So it's going to look like that after departure, basically. Vueling traffic, correction, Alicante traffic Vueling 1459 departing runway 28, Canton 3 Charlie departure. FORNO. Let's see, landing lights, all good. Stick down, brakes off. Flex, SRS. .80 knots.
Alicante traffic, Vueling 490, taking, lighting up on 28 waiting.
We are heavy.
Alicante traffic.
Come on, girl, let's go. Running out of runway. E1. Rotate. There we go. Positive rate, go up. There goes Alicante and a fantastic shadow. Worthy of a screenshot, most definitely. Here we go, let's go. Let's go autopilot on.
Alicante traffic, Osprey 315 Delta, beginning right turn 009 degrees. Currently flight level, currently 3,100 feet, proceeding climb up to flight level 110, Alicante traffic.
Okay, now it's letting us. Good. So, the graphics of Sim Update 5 has definitely changed. There's our fixed ring, by the way, as we will, as you'll remember, and I need to make sure that's not changed. Don't know why it has changed. Up we go. Berto, glad you enjoy the tone. 210 coming up. You can see that's what it's going to be targeting there. I'm going to manually select that now as well. I'm going to just make a little adjustment of 5 degrees to the left, just to neaten this up.
Alicante traffic, Vueling 490, runway 28. Alicante traffic.
Update 6, Spielberg, thank you.
Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the
Keeping an eye on this. 5.7. We're over 3,100 now, so that's good.
whenever you are seated.
Dan, yeah, I could see your lights as well actually on departure. Look really cool.
You may use light electronic devices. Please be careful when opening the overhead lockers.
Let's see if we can whiz round here quick. Such a good livery, this. First time using it. Justin, hopefully soon actually. We're planning something quite cool. Oh dear. Did it crash the desktop? It is. Wow. Now what could have caused that? Oh, we'll try again. Could it have been? Well, I need to do, Justin, I need to do Bristol. I've been meaning to do Bristol for a little while, actually, to be honest. But it's going to take a little while to boot up, by the way, guys. Could be the jetways. I hope not. It's going to be interesting if it is. Doctor on board. I don't think that's too much of a thing to worry about at the moment. Now you guys know I very rarely get crashed desktops, so it's a little bit surprising. Yeah, so I was intended to do Bristol. Shut up, Flight Simulator. Toolbar pushback, do you mean Flight Simulation? Let's have a little look. It's compatibility with some update 6 confirmed though. Yeah, at the moment I'm in conversation with a couple of developers and a couple of streamers, and there's going to be an event coming soon. Providing we can get the dates organised, where I'll be connecting to an airport as a ground controller. I'll be trying to get a couple of other controllers in place as well, and the other streamers will be flying basically, and there's going to be a giveaway. Justin, yeah, just a bit. Very rarely happens, it's got to be said. Quite sure what happened though. Well, I think we got to about 5 miles, didn't we, bizarrely? What else could we do? Instead of maybe... tempted to do Valencia while everybody else departs. Alicante, very tempted to do Valencia. Got no scenery for that, of course. Wesley's back. Thanks for upgrading, Wesley. Wojtek, yes, crashed to desktop. Which is bizarre. The only thing that I've done is add Latvia VFR's Gateway Jetways, Jetway Pro, and also updated to the latest experimental Flybywire branch. The thing that frustrates me with this is the fact that it never tells you why it's crashed. It doesn't say, oh, this mod has had a conflict and that's it. Well, I did notice after takeoff had a little bit of an issue with autopilot. Dan, no. So you're reckoning you're thinking it could be Navigraph nav data, perhaps? Let's try a different livery as well, just in case. Let's see. We'll do Vueling loves Barcelona, shall we? Tempted to go to Valencia. What do we reckon? Let's do Valencia. Quickly go on sim brief. At this rate, we're going to make our way across all of Spain. Wow. Anyway, let's go for it. Try again. Are we still having to restart with the Flybywire stuff? Do we know? that's a stupid route if I've ever seen one. There we go, that's a bit better. Still reckons almost 2 hours. I'll clack it. I'll go faster. Ah, Dan. Should have done Madrid. It's too late. Right, what are we doing? Let's go. Let's just whack everything on real quick. That one. O2. APU. One, two, three. Just turn that on now as well. Down here. I'm going to go with 1016 again, and I'm going to have to reload B-Pilot because it crashes on you when MSFS kills itself. It's B-Pilot cancels itself as well. Bagasato, hello, welcome to the chaos. Flight plan successfully fetched. That's not correct actually. But we're on Unicom, so I'm just going to leave that as it is. ATSU, AOC, init press. What else have we got to do? Excuse me for a few minutes while I smash through this as quick as I can. Love it when it does all this technical stuff and smashes a stream up. To do these speeds shortly. Oh, yeah, and whoops. Beta could be the scenery. Light level 320. Doctor on board, yeah, thanks. I think that's the one that I've got from Simbrief actually. Centre, Berkshire 30. Cent 8. Where's Prado? There it is. So then we clear the discontinuity. That all looks fine as well. And we'll deal with the rest when we get there. Radnav, not going to worry about that. We're just going to smash on out quick. That. Let's do that. Rock confirm. APU bleed. We're the only aircraft here. And I think we're record time. Oh, we're still boarding. Come on. Boarded, but we can start engine 2. It's on the safe side of the aeroplane. Alex, hello. At least this one has the nav data. LEBC. We're going to take off into the tailwind. And I'll probably use Toga. It's a 10 knot tailwind as well. Oh well. Smash on up to 32. Still boarding. Oh, we're done. Awesome. Camilla, hello. Right, where's the taxiway? Oh, right, of course it is. Runway's there anyway, that's good. So, sharp right. Going against the engine. Junior, welcome. David, thank you. Very kind of you. Of course you don't have to. Nice fast setup though. What do you guys reckon? Another crash to desktop? Place your bets. Backside, that's the one. Dan, perfect. That's good, that's good. I love how we spent all that time doing stuff nice and proper, and then this bit has just been absolute chaos. Get all the lights on. Yeah, good. Might as well put the strobes on too. And we want that.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
Ah, Renew, don't. Water brake max and ground supporter's arm. 1+F. We're going to depart with Toga this time around because we've got the 10 knot tailwind. Not ideal. Peter, let's hope so. It could be the fact that I used jetways, perhaps. Valencia traffic, Vueling 1459 is lining up runway 30, straight out departure. Is about 10 knot. Ooh, Wojtek, you know what, I could have tried that, you know. Could have tried the state saving on Volanta Premium to see what happened. If we get a crash to desktop again now, then we'll do it. Not that I want to jinx things. Okay, all good, lights are on, no blue. Toga. Time to catch up. Oh, I forgot V-speeds. We could do it on the fly. $100. There we go. It's like nothing ever happened. Matt, hello! V1 rotate just as the van goes over. It's like air crash investigation. Positive rate, go up. And we are on our way. Oh, Wojtek, you had a nosedive yesterday. There's a lot of people reporting that then today. Well, that's I think the third or fourth time I've heard that, so that's not. It's a bit worrying actually. Decas. away we go. Accelerating away, and hopefully we can do a bit of catch up. I've left a little tyre track on his roof. Okay, fingers crossed. Let's put some happy music on. Where we go? Q. Not sure actually. I'd imagine it's okay. They're very good at patching it. Disarm the ground spoilers as well with the keybind. Wow, how much have they increased the turbulence figures by then? Also flew the DC-6 inverted Wojtek, that's some good skill. Because of Sim Update 6, wow. In about 10 seconds we'll have gone further than we did out of Alicante. Oh, David, you can increase your speed now if you wish. Who else is on VATSIM? Easy 4-5 kilo. You can as well. Don't worry about. I'm gonna fit in just behind Dan actually. This is what Valencia currently looks like, folks. You can see we've already got further than we did from Alicante, which is that's all the way down there. So actually, yeah, this is fitted in quite perfectly for us. It's like nothing ever happened. Might do a bit of high speed approved. There we go, 10,000 anyway.
Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the seatbelt sign is being switched off. We recommend you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. When the seatbelt sign is switched off, you may use larger electronic devices. Please be careful when opening the overhead lockers.
Camilla, yeah, we've flown this 747, the Salty Sim development version, quite a few times actually. It works very well. Let's see, let's do a bit of, where is it? That's the view. Justin's powering ahead. That was a shame. I was almost looking forward to potentially it was the missing nav data, but then David hasn't had an issue, has he yet? So definitely something that I've got enabled today that's causing the issue. Difficult to work out which though. Mr. Weebhub, nothing new yet. Ditch the mega pack. Oh, it doesn't exist anymore anyway. But just download everything you want livery-wise from flightsim.to. Dan, we're not at the Hawk flight yet. By the way, what we were discussing before we departed Alicante. Mr. Weebhub, thanks for subscribing. Welcome on board to you. I'm hoping, potentially tomorrow, most likely tomorrow, we're going to be live streaming the preview version of the Just Flight Hawk T1 from Microsoft Flight Simulator. And my intention would be to have a couple of people that know the Mac loop very well ahead of us, and we're going to basically chase the leader through the Mac Loop and then head round to Duxford. That's what I'm thinking of doing anyway. So if you're able to join in for that tomorrow, it is either going to be on the MSFS multiplayer server or on joinfs.net. King's Ace, hello, welcome. Flight Planes, hi to you as well. Hope you guys are all okay. If you're enjoying the stream today, don't forget to give it a little like. William, hello. And of course, everything today, well, the TDM scenery designs, I believe, can be downloaded via Contrail, one of our stream partners. Adam Cooper, yes, it is really cool. I'm hoping I can get a few of us together tomorrow to blast around with it. If you're able to do that tomorrow, by the way, then let us know in the live chat, and be sure to let us know in Discord as well. We can put a plan together. Flight Planes, hopefully you won't have to wait much longer. Adam, yes you can. So anything similar to the Hawk, so T45, is it the MB339, I think, is that, probably got that one wrong. But yeah, basically anything around the same speed, performance and ability of the Hawk. The question is, who knows the Mac Loop off by heart? Justin, that is an impressive claim. This has all got very dark, I've noticed, which is a bit strange. You look outside, it's whitewashed, and you look outside, everything goes barely visible. I can barely read this myself, actually, on my own screen. I can see flight level 211 there. Actually, there we go. That looks better. Definitely something scenery related then, I think, at Alicante. I wonder what it could have been. Hopefully Cocolada, if you're watching, can help work that out with me. If not, I'm sure we'll have a conversation within our Discord server about it. Everything's pointing towards Alicante at the moment, really being the issue, or something within the scenery. Maybe there's a conflict with Jetway Pro by Latin VFR. We definitely had the Latin VFR jetways, that's for sure, which are also available on Contrail. 737-200, nice. Old school, with the old cigar engines. Just going to make sure I haven't forgotten to do anything important in the mass rush to there we go, to get everything set up. Liam, welcome on board to you. Oh, it could have been toolbar pushback actually, yeah, because we didn't do that. We didn't use any of that on the way out either. David, no, none of that. I just deactivate my mods and that's pretty much it. It's ruddy dark in the theatre, you can barely see anything. Let's turn the floodlights on. Alberto, wow, good grief. Plenty of very lucky subscribers of this channel. Dan used the same stuff and was fine. Wonder if it's a mod conflict with Jetway Pro then, with the Alicante scenery. The autopilot thing was actually odd. That's one thing that I want to look into more. potentially that could have been a cause of the crash to desktop. Something not quite compiled properly with the A32NX. When we departed, I wasn't able to activate autopilot for a couple of minutes. After a couple of attempts it went on. Adam, also, do you know, you don't know the Mac loop off by heart by any chance, do you? Clouds look fantastic for the sim update. Let's jinx things, let's go here. People are going to be so confused when they see a completely different aircraft in the screenshots. This is definitely a cooler one though. I mean, it could be the livery. It could very well be the livery, because we did change that too. Clouds look hugely improved. David, so nothing really pointing towards what it could have been then. A mystery. I'm sure we'll get to the bottom of it at some point. We'll find it'll be something. Although if you've got Jetway Pro and the Alicante scenery as well, then it should be fine for me, he says. I'm wondering if it was the autopilot problem. Liam, new to VATSIM, any help? Yeah, have you checked out any of my VATSIM tutorials on the channel? I've got a really good one actually on the splash screen of the channel. I think check out this playlist, Liam. It's an entire VATSIM tutorial playlist that I've put together. David, different livery, so it could either be the livery or it could have been the autopilot thing that we had on departure. David, yeah, sounds like it might be mod related for the A32NX then. At a guess. We'll have to monitor things. Liam, check out my VATSIM top tips video as well. There's 10 top tips that I've put together too. Hopefully that helps. Adam, 1 PM tomorrow, usual time for streaming for myself. Same livery as me, so it's got to be A32NX related then. That's it. If we've narrowed everything else out, we've ruled everything else out. It's the only other thing I could think of. We're expecting runway 35 into Lest, I think, so just refresh the METAR. 310 at 3 knots. So, our good friends at Navigraph, we're going to go in via FORNO, ST400, ST401 Nolmu, like so. There's a hold at Nolmu, and then we're expecting the ILS runway 35. And you've got a couple of options here. We're going to be asked in a second when we go through the MCDU if we're going to put it in at Zebik, a transition at Zebik, STG for the procedural turn, or Nolmu. And of course our star 101 Foxtrot connects us with a transition at Nolmu, so we're going to be using that one. We could probably go ahead and put that in now, to be honest. Now we've talked about it. So flight plan, Lest, arrival, Wrong button. Fat fingers. Let's go back one. LS35 Zulu. 41 Foxtrot. Via Nolmu. So if we go to plan, just insert that for now because I'm pretty confident that's okay. It should be okay. We can flick through. Zanko, ZMR, DESAT, Barco, Insto, Fin and FORNO. Then a left turn to Nolmu. And then a straight in approach for the ILS runway 35. There we are, look at that. There's the extended centre line. But we'll have to put the ILS frequency in though, so always check when you put an ILS approach in, still always check the RadNav page, and if need be, put it in yourself. Another little top tip for you. Might be worth those of you with pushback issues putting it on the flightsim.to page for the toolbar pushback mod, perhaps. Look at that. Is that David? Contrails look cool as well, don't they? That's good. I'm sure that's David. In which case, we should have some pretty good separation. Love having traffic around us as we fly along. Easy 45 kilo is converging on us on the left. Yeah, it is. That is David. That looks cool. And we've got the EasyJet flight over here somewhere. What's their reported altitude? 39,000 feet, I think. David, awesome. Oh, Adam, it could be. I do like contrails on this. Alberto, I've seen a couple of people reporting a similar issue actually, and they've also had to download the sim again. Wojtek had the same at EPMO. Klaus, fantastic. Thanks for flying along today, Klaus. Hope you're enjoying it. Well, that was another contrail behind us. Let's see. There's David. And we've got Klaus over here somewhere. He's still far enough away not to be seen at the moment. We'll keep an eye though. I do love this livery, it's quite swish. Actually, I'm seeing easy 45 kilo behind and above. Those are contrails. Matthew, hello, welcome. Glad you've joined us. Hope you're okay. Land O'Lakes, it certainly does. Yeah, it seems to be anyway. We've had lighting all the way so far. Adam, that sounds like a really frustrating bug if people are just getting random crash to desktops at various sceneries. Right, so we were talking about RadNav, weren't we? So let's go Santiago, BOR 116.4, STG. North. Pretty much bang on 43 north actually according to the charts, which is good. So that's that one. ISO for the 3-letter identifier. We'll check that That seems to have put itself in now, which is good. But we'll check it. 111.5 ISO. There we go, perfect. I do like it when that all works. And it looks like 10 TME null move 5,500. What I will always do on Navigraph prior to an approach is also look at the runway. So we know we're going to land 3.5. Have a little look down there and work out that actually 3,170 meters long. We're probably going to stop around Echo 3 or Echo 2. So we need to work out which one we're likely to vacate on. So we're going to suggest Echo 2 to try and vacate. Otherwise we've got to go all the way down to Echo 1 and backtrack down Tango all the way back to the terminal. So we'll try and vacate at Echo 2, and we can form a plan with how we're going to do that in our head. Whether we use at Heathrow, for example, a flaps config 3 landing, or otherwise. 101 Golf, by the way, looks like this. So a similar approach to 3.5, we could use the 401 Golf, which takes us into Santiago, and then we would have to do the procedural turn. So to avoid that, we're doing the 401 Foxtrot because that makes a lot more sense, and it's more efficient. Albert, welcome on board. Looking out for the for Klaus as well. Dan using live weather, I'm chancing it. That Duxford Airshow scenery is fantastic, isn't it, Adam? We'll be using that tomorrow as well. So we will fly into Duxford. Might even do a quick blast around in a little mini air show or something. Land O'Lakes, what am I flying for across the pond? I'm he says hoping to use the Heavy Division 787-10, and I'm currently contacting the developer and chatting to him to see if we can make sure that we get the 0.5 degree waypoint support in place. So I've explained the format of it and asked if we can do that. What I will do actually, when we get to Santiago, I will punch in a fake route. I'll put in a route here, and I'll see if I can add in a half degree waypoint with this, because if it does, then it means it's supported in the sim, which is good. There's a poll live at the moment with the very latest community post that I put on the Discord, on the YouTube channel, I should say, for everybody to vote which airline they would like to see me use. Adam, I would love to. I'm not quite sure where to start with that though. Little Osprey display team of Hawks. Basically, I've got a slot from John F. Kennedy to Helsinki Vantaa for across the pond, and it's all scheduled, ready to go as well. If you want to vote for what airline I'll be using, then just click the link I've put in the live chat. It's so welcome, and hello over there in Australia. Welcome to you. Dan. But yeah, who knows? Alberto, you're right there. I'd like to think so. Juni, performance. I mean, clouds look stunning, don't they? That clouds look really nice. Very realistic. So, sim update 5 wise, it's looking good. But we've had a crash to desktop at the start of the stream, linked to something that we're not sure about. And a couple of people in the live chat, of course, as well, discussing about their similar issues with crash to desktops and stuff. So there's something within it that's causing a couple of issues. Touch wood, we've been okay for this second attempt. Alberto, it's in Wales, and it's an RAF training route, as Dan's just basically said. It's a predefined route that takes you through the valley, and the RAF and other forces as well go blasting through it as fast as possible, and they time the entry to exit, and it basically goes on a board. They try and get through it as fast as possible. It's low flying as well, so you're skimming the trees and all that sort of thing. Very cool. Anyone else in the live chat got a cross the pond slot? And if so, what have you got? Mine's at 13:19 Zulu for a departure from JFK, which is not what I wanted. It's a lot later than I was hoping, but we'll give it a go anyway. Very Top Gun Alberto, yes. The Hawk will be quite cool flying through there, actually, it's got to be said. I'd love to go and, you know, the Adam probably thinking of the same place, the, I can't remember what the particular turn is called, but there's a little viewing area where people go and they'll have like an F-14 or a Hawk or a Typhoon or something go blasting over them at a couple of 100 miles an hour, about 100 feet. And there's a vantage point as well where the jets go past you and they're below you, I think, as well, from memory. Great pictures. DESAT 60, there's Lest. That's interesting. It's in there, so that's going to draw in dynamically when we get closer. David, entirely up to you. It's a tough one, actually. If you've got the ability to try over the next few days before Cross the Pond to learn maybe the Salty Sim 747 or something like that, Heavy Division 787 is a really good one, then I'd probably advise using those, just because you'll be flying at Mach 8.5 instead of Mach 7.8 to 8.0. So it might be easier for yourself to be sequenced for your oceanic crossing if you're sort of matching the speed of everyone else. If you've got a slot though, definitely give it a go, even if it's in the A320. As long as you're able to do manually flown holds, then that'd be a good one. Jason, hello, welcome. Latest updates of the Flybywire branch. Let's have a look. I'll go on their GitHub and I'll read out the history links stuff. The bits I can understand anyway. New ICE 2 font. They've enabled something in the EFB, JIT, whatever that is. I don't really use the EFB. I can't be bothered with it half the time, especially when it degrades performance. revised ECAM fuel page to match the Neo. There's a 25 GHz VHF spacing option. MCDU annunciator lights changed as well. That's sort of all over the last couple of days. Intake light, ambience, fixed cold dark, main panel flood, and PED lights. VSFPA and Altstar speed protection been amended. Speed to target indication amended as well, and they've done some rain repellent stuff. Michael, I did enjoy what I saw of it. Yeah, it's a fantastic bit of scenery. Until we departed. So we've actually departed from Valencia this second time round. Drini, no, purely Microsoft Flight Simulator, sadly. I don't have a need currently for a second simulator. Nest 17. Selected less 35. Let's have a look, see what is in the EFB that's new. I've not turned it on in a month. George, no. Still just as usual, all the VATSIM vPilot clients and apps there were. They cross the pond scenery too, it'd probably be worth getting as well. And also the Cross the Gander Oceanics website's a really handy tool. There's lots of position reporting tools and things too. Uh, 5,500 wasn't it for Nolmu? 83 nautical miles. I might change this to vertical speed. .94. We'll call it 90. Why not? Ooh. Got a couple of failures that we can use. And of course we've got just Unicom at the moment. Code, what is that? That's stupid. MP6. I'm just syncing this on to the Navigraph stuff onto the EFB. There we go, and in a second you'll see it refresh on the screen. Ding! Hooray! It's got a really good flight plan manager on board, but it doesn't have TCAS, and it doesn't have TCAS sadly, and it doesn't have terrain maps or weather radar. There we go, look at that. Happy days, we'll leave that like that. Might as well test it all out with performance increases and things in the sim update. Still at 35, so that's a good sign. So you can see here there's a visualization what we're going to be doing, as discussed before. FORNO at or above flight level 115, and then you can see We've got 28. We'll call it 40 miles to Nolmu from FORNO. So that's going to help us plan our descent a little bit. What else could we make use of here? ILS Zulu 5.4, so we'll call that 6 miles. Just putting a couple of fixed rings into the airport. So that's 10.4 DME on the threshold. There we are, don't need to overcomplicate things. That fixed ring there is a visual identifier as, I basically put that in as our top of descent. So when we cross the blue line, we need to be descending down to FORNO. Alberto, no, nothing yet, sadly. They're waiting for the APIs or something to be updated to allow them to produce the type of weather display that they want, basically. Roland, hello, welcome, I hope you're okay. Lest 330 at 3, 1023 for QNH. 14 degrees Celsius, dew point plus 8 degrees is the current METAR, and it's 330 at 3. Variable between 250 degrees and 010 degrees, few clouds at 2000, broken 4500, and all the nines. Uh, 1441. Barrow. Transition altitude, it says by ATC, but what I do is I look at this departure charts, and departure transition altitude is 6,000, so you tend to get something like 7,000, flight level 70 as a transition, but QNH is 1023 today, so actually I think the transition is going to be nearer to something like 7.5. There is an equation to use that you can do to help sort of work it all out. There's David. We've got a 50 knot headwind. Just to help slow us down a bit more. Adam, where do I get fixed mileage from? Basically, I'll just set whatever you want, effectively. If you're going to fly the DME ARC procedure, for example, there's a 15 DME ARC via Zebic to then line up for the ILS for this. You could put a fixed ring of 15 nautical miles around the airport if you wish, or around STG, which is the reference for that. What I've done is I've said we need to be at 5,500 feet by Nolmu. So for that reason, I've put a 90 nautical mile fixed ring around Nolmu as a waypoint, as the centre of the fixed ring. So I know where my top of descent is, because we don't have that. It's a visual representation yet. Look at that smooth curve on the contrail. Alberto, it's pretty good, isn't it? Alberto, I'd love to think that's not too far off. Let's hope. Roland, good question. If you are at your top of descent, or you're near to your top of descent, and you've basically not been instructed to descend yet, you can just ask. So you can say to ATC, For example, if we were on it now, we would say something along the lines of Vueling 1459, request descent. Michael, we tried to depart from Alicante, sadly, and got a crash to desktop. So I changed the livery and I changed the departure airport. David, can't fly certain speeds, slash ETOPS, slash 0.5 degree waypoints. Not sure if 0.5 degree waypoints are supported in the sim yet, but we are going to try it. Once we land, I'm going to put in a quick fake route and just see if I can put in a waypoint. I'll do Santiago to JFK, and then I'll throw in a random waypoint in the middle, I think, just to see what happens. And I'll do a 0.5 just to see if it's supported. But hopefully we get something decent soon as a payware option. Quality Wings with their 787 have been radio silent for a very long time though. Commentator, hi, how are you doing? People won't mind it though, David. As long as you can't do 0.5 degree waypoints and you let ATC know straight away, then that's going to be helpful to them in managing the workload. But you definitely need to make sure you're able to fly manual holds. RJ, good morning to you over in Vegas. So the biggest tip I could give you, David, is learn to fly the holds manually, because this aircraft can't do it. But the two long-haul aircraft in the sim at the moment, the 747 with the Salty Simulations development mod. You want the development branches of both, by the way, and the Heavy Division 787, both of those development branches for them, they can do automated holds. Adam, very much so. It's looking fantastic, isn't it? And quite like the little stock on EFBs as well. It's definitely an IAG thing, that though. Definitely a BA thing. DESAT, Olmu, there we go, so we're not too far, look, 25-30 miles from our top descent. Commentator, I've had, my last couple of lessons have been cancelled due to weather, sadly. But I've got 4 booked in for November. I'm hoping I can at least do 2 of those. I've got my medical next week as well, and I need to do my air law exam. Terrain at 2,000 feet, just below the ILS there. Oh, Roland, fantastic, that's really good. In the rush, I left it on ignition start as well. Little reminder of some of the old school features. That was introduced ages ago now. Flight spotter, no updates. I did notice Dan departed and he looked a bit pink from a distance too. James, yeah, we've definitely chosen the wrong time of year to get back into it. New reviews, thanks. You're still waiting for it. There'll be a few of those tomorrow in the Hawk, that's for sure. Ah, commentator, nice. Gone to enjoy the Greek islands as well then. Right, so 185, sorry, 115 at or above a ST400. So 120. Down we go. Pretty much top of descent. The clouds definitely look a lot better, and the scenery down below as well, through the clouds, looks fantastic. So it's looking really nice so far as an update package for us all. Let's see, what have we got here? Let's do 4. 5, there we go. Yeah, definitely looks good down there. If you guys have not yet checked out my Just Flight Hawk T1 preview with the red arrows and stuff, then do check that out on the channel. That's due to be released at some point this week, hopefully, providing Sim Update 6 hasn't caused some last minute problems. But great fun. Highly recommend it. Dan, fantastic. Worked out fairly well, hasn't it, to be fair? We'll monitor top of descent and things as we go to RJ, indeed, yeah. Guys, don't forget to give the live stream a like today. Hopefully you've been enjoying the chaos of the crash to desktop as well, and the super fast setup from cold and dark the second time around. We're going to make our way now into the TDM scenery design Santiago for Microsoft Flight Simulator as well. Really nice bit of payware scenery. A small regional airfield or airport in Spain, northern Spain. And in fact, I think we're approaching the airport's kind of, from memory, it's on a bit of a cliff. Not on a cliff, but on a hill. And there's some really good approach lights on struts on the way in, hopefully, if I remember rightly. Been about a month since I've checked it out. Did a video on it on release. GD, are you using toolbar pushback by any chance? If so, is it causing crash to desktops for you? To check our progress in the descents. Can never keep our eye off it too long. 40 miles to FORNO. And what's that roughly? It's about 280-ish, isn't it? So, what is the chance? What do the charts want from us? 287, good. It's probably looking about correct there, 287. Yeah, I'd say that's 287. So the little waypoint here isn't included as it's shown on the charts, ST400 and 401, but I'm confident that that's okay. Ryan, hello, welcome. GD, yeah, that's the one, yeah, ambitious pilots toolbar pushback. Oh, rolling nice. A320neo is a really nice little freeware mod. Ryan, it calculates it itself, and it would also give you a little marker here to tell you where your top of descent is too. good down there. Textures definitely look a bit improved for me. That's not a bad shout, actually. It might be worth putting a comment onto their Discord, onto the thing on flightsim.to where you download it, just to say that you're experiencing some issues, perhaps. And if lots of people are getting the same problem with the same thing, then they might need to, of course, look at what could be the cause. That, in a way, will then also push for a quick fix, hopefully. Fantastic livery, Roland, yeah, really nice. Of course, we haven't departed Barcelona, but nice to use anyway. First time using Vueling on the stream as well. Nice to do something a bit different. Spanish domestic hop. Do a quick check. .1023 was the QNH, so while we descend, I'm going to change that to the local QNH. And that's the local QNH, that's all ready to go. Alberto, yeah, if you go onto the Discord server and then you go to the live streams tab and you scroll up to the one where we went into Marsasaur with the Air Greenland one, the link's there, so you can just click it there if that's easier. Neil, hello. Hope you're okay. We're going to be doing a bit of cloud surfing for a few minutes. Well, I can barely see the nav display. That's one thing that's been a bit horrible with the updates. I've noticed the contrast with the light is causing a bit of a problem. Horrible music.
Estamos llegando a nuestro destino. Por favor, comprueba que todos tus efectos personales están perfectamente asegurados en los compartimentos superiores o debajo del asiento.
Give me shelter. I haven't tried that actually since Sim Update 6. I was going to try it tomorrow, but perhaps I won't now. Let's flick that on. 58 to go.
Los dispositivos más grandes como ordenadores deberán estar apagados y asegurados. Muchas gracias.
We are rolling into destination. Please ensure all your personal items are stowed either in the overhead locker or under the seat in front of you.
Nice long runway, we use full config, we use low auto brake for that as well. We are in the star at the moment, so we're about to turn left at FORNO, and we need to make sure we're going to be at 287 to Nolmu, and then intercepting the ILS. I've got the charts up on Navigraph on the desktop. I want this chart. So we're going to land 3-5, and we're going to aim to vacate at Echo 2. Then we'll see the others on the ground. The clouds do look so good compared. Alberto, yeah, no problem. It's the Luke Air tool on flightsim.to. In we go. Into Santiago. And I'm going to prep 5-5. miles to the ILS. We've got it all tuned and we've briefed our missed approach to. So climb on radial of 168 inbound to VOR, proceed on radial of 348 degrees at 5 DME STG, turn left, max 240 knots to a VOR, climb to 4000 and hold over the airfield. For the missed approach. Not that I intend on doing that. Down. That's all good. That's all good. Pop them out the belly in a second. Alberto, I don't know. 320 at 4 knots now. Our base is looking the same. $5,000 to go. And then we know at 7.9 DME STG, so 8 miles from the VOR, we need to be at 3,000 feet. But I'm probably going to round that up to, I'll call that 11, 10. There we go, that's gone to 250. Let's get these out, we're passing 10,000. All the lights are on, just trying to see what signs are on. And that is all ready to go except for the cabin crew all-call, which will activate near to Malmö, 18 miles from the airfield. That, well, 18 miles from the VOR, I should say. So probably about 15 miles to the airport. $10.4 down to 4,000. 10.4. Connor. They're supposed to be, yeah. Into the clouds. This is where we get the turbulence and the subsequent barrel roll that I was worried about. Let's hope not. That reflection of the coffee cup there, that's definitely improved. And there's a light ahead. Should be David, I think. STG VOR, so there's a direction to the airfield. It's probably more 310. The VOR's slightly to the north of the airfield. Malmö coming up. Santiago traffic, Vueling 1459er is inbound 401 Foxtrot, arrival expecting ILS Zulu runway 35. 15 track miles to Nolmu, will report when established Santiago traffic. Low transition. Low, auto brake, ground spoilers armed, and everything else is ready to go. Just popping below the cloud now. We look like we're getting awfully close. What is that? Potentially we've got someone else on top of us. I mean, look at this, even for the outside view. Somebody right on top of us somewhere. I feel like they're closer than I probably want them to be, so let's have a quick look here. We're at green dot now anyway. They look like they're turning at Nolmu, which means that we've got 6 miles behind them. Get rid of the annoying tunes.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
Ah, wow, that's cool. There's a hold at Nolmu. Might enter it. Do one loop. I don't know who that is, that's the thing. They look like they're a few miles ahead. Question is, behind us, we can't really see. And TCAS doesn't work, so this is all guesswork. I think we've got a couple of miles ahead of them, behind them. So providing they keep their speed up. Santiago traffic, Vueling 1459 is turning Nolmu inbound for the ILS and speed 220 knots, I believe number 2. And reducing to 180. $16 miles, and they've gone off that way, so I assume they're going to be clear. I do miss TCAS. Greece doesn't have top of descent sadly either. So that's annoying that that click spot keeps activating itself. There's the runway. Roland, I turned all of that off. Live players and live traffic is all switched off. $13 from STG, so 4,000. Oh, we're on the glide slope, look at that, just picked it up. And we were bang on the profile. Always good. Get gear down just to help with the drag. Santiago traffic, Vueling 1459 is established. ILS runway 35 to land, number 1, Santiago traffic. Maps 3. Great scenery. It's one of the things that I quite liked about this particular add-on, because it's very scenic around, quite mountainous, hilly, plenty to see. Good little add-on for the sim. And of course there's the bay over in the distance. Now I'm expecting the aircraft to fight to get that back. Anyway, that's all good. And we've done the old ding dong. And one landing coming up. We've got Valencia on as well, so we get the tracking rates. 8 miles, or 7.9 from STG, we should be at 3,000. That should continue through that, because we're on glide slope and lock. Get full flaps now. Oh, hello, welcome. Watching the PFD like a hawk. And the aeroplane's weirdly losing the glide slope. There you go, look at that. Quick refresh of the button. Seems to have kicked in. If it didn't work then, I was just going to deactivate the autopilot, to be honest, and fly it in. TDM Scenery Designs, Santiago this is, by the way. We're pitching up. Okay, let's got it back. And we got eCamamos, no blue. Two and a half, 4 DME. That's on the glide slope. No top of descent grease, so I did mention that a second ago when you asked. On final screeny of the approach. Don't want to be too late with it, because we're going to turn off the autopilot and fly. What have we got? 8 knots, 7 knot, I'm going to say it's about 2-3 knot crosswind component. From the west. No worries. Them pappies. We've got one red, one white on one side, and we've got two red, 2 white on the other.
100 above.
And we are stable, so continue.
500. Minimum 400. 300.
Really nice bit of scenery this. There's this sort of cliff thing that I mentioned.
100. 50. 40.
Looking ahead.
30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
That absolute greaser. Reverse decel. Reverse green. And we're on roll out as well. Hey, hey, is that Dan by any chance? Bit of manual braking so we can get off here at Echo 2, whatever it was. Santiago traffic, Vueling 1459 is vacating at Echo 2 taxi to stance. Custom sites. And there's a couple of statics as well, which those of you who saw my Santiago scenery video, you would have seen. Sort of all of that. Let's get rid of those.
Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign has been switched off. You may now make and receive calls and use the data services on your mobile phone and handheld electronic devices. Large electronic devices must remain switched off and still. Please be careful when opening the overhead lockers and make sure you take all your belongings with you as you leave the aircraft. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on board with us today, and we look forward to seeing you again very soon. We wish you a safe onward journey, and thank you for choosing Vueling.
Por favor, permanezcan sentados con el cinturón de seguridad abrochado hasta que el avión se detenga completamente y la señal de cinturones se apague.
Right.
A partir de
That's
este
a really cool bit of scenery stuff there.
dispositivos electrónicos pueden utilizarse sin
Oh, he's got plenty of time for final
Los
approach.
dispositivos más grandes, como ordenadores, deberán estar apagados y asegurados. Tengan cuidado al abrir los compartimentos superiores y no olviden sus efectos personales. Ha sido un placer acompañarles. Gracias por elegirnos.
Why have we not used the new... Hold on a second. We're not using the new terminal. Oh, we'll stack it here. Anyway. Get up in front of the old Santiago sign here. Oh, Dan, no worries. Makes sense then. Show you guys the payware in a second if you've not seen it before. Once we've spotted a few landings. I'm going to whiz over here real quick. Actually, we want to shut down the engines as well. Oh dear, that's annoying. And they've changed those options, so you've got to be careful there. Very almost clicked, very nearly clicked the other option. Right, camera. Drone speed. Let's see if we can get up here quick before that aircraft lands. Okay, he's closer than I thought. You can see there anyway, that's what I was trying to explain, the raised approach lights, really nice bit of the scenery, great feature. Nicely modelled as well, you can see the staircase and things going up for the engineering side of things. There's the touchdown zone, and let's watch some butter. Someone doing a flyover. Oh yes! Nice, looks like someone's doing the procedural turn. Calvin, it's the Luke Air tool. It's nice and smooth as well. Look at that buttery landing. Good stuff. That's an interesting feature as well. We'll go over there and have a little look at that in a second too. Is there anybody else on approach? There's the fly past. Whoever that was. See, on approach you get this which is quite cool. Although you are focusing on the runway, so you don't really take it all in. But that's what that looks like. And the modelling work is fantastic. If we zip across to the other side, cabin, no problem at all. And Neil, yeah, it is absolutely free of charge, the Alicante freeway scene. It's really cool. Same again on this side, 'cause it's all raised on a bit of a hill. Ah, this is the one that I remember. That proper cliff that you can smash straight into the side of. This is TDM Scenery Designs that's created this. It's really nice. So look at the height of that. Someone else doing another flyover. Ah, Peter, nice. Smashing a procedural. You like it. David, that's some good landing. Wow. The links to this, if you do want to purchase this TDM Scenery Designs payware, it's all in the description for today's live stream. You get the old terminal, of course, which we've parked at today, as you can see here, and you also get the new terminal, which is over here, which is really nice, and a couple of statics like that, which was featured in my little video that I did a few weeks ago, and the new tower there too. The terminal over here as well has got a Peter, wait for the crash. This has got an interior inside of it, which is really nice. So we can bust through here. Yeah, here we are. We see a bit of an interior. Some great glass texturing too. So if we parked over here, we'd have seen all of this with the guy waving over us. Well. Which I think is where the Easy's parking, and of course you've got the air ambulance stuff too. Really good bit of scenery. A Jet 2757, which is always nice to see as well. Let's check out Valencia for the old landing rates. Wonder if I can trigger stairs here. No, perhaps jetway. No. Oh no, we've got stairs. Took a bit to load. Heater's on the way in by the looks of it. Oh, you know what? I haven't seen the animation of the things going up. There we are, that's new. David, yeah, I noticed quite a bit of stuttering on landing too. Were you using the scenery, the TDM Design scenery? Look at that little wiggle. So good. Let's check out Valencia then, shall we, folks? How many more have we got to land, by the way? Just Peter, potentially. Yeah, it looks like just Peter. Review the flight. And there we go, there's our touchdown rate. Minus 242 foot per minute and 1.49 G. And nice and accurate on the touchdown zone. Clock time of 1 hour 17. Oh, we were full, 180 packs, wow. Toby, how'd you get pushback audio? Go to options and you want interactive pushback audio. Make sure that's turned on. Make sure you got the latest version of the mod as well. And how do you get minimum callouts? In the Flybywire mods, you need to make sure that you've got Barrow set in here, which will it let me do? Let's see. Yes, because it's reset. So you want to make sure you've got Barrow set there, or radio as well, depending on what approach you're doing, and make sure you've got a figure in there for your minimums callouts. What I was going to do, guys, is see if we can do Lest to JFK. And we're going to see if we can do a half-degree waypoint, which is going to be important for those of us that are going to be doing across the pond. Because if this works now off the bat, oh yeah, AJFK. Duh. If this works straight off the bat, then we know that the sim supports it at least, which is always good for us to know. So let's go Lest to KJFK. And it's given us a couple of degrees, so let's go Lest, next waypoint 43 north 020 west. So if I bring up the formula for doing a half-degree waypoint as well in the AirInc format, where is it? Testers channel. Right, so if we're going to do a normal coordinate, which I'm going to do now, it would be 43. For 43 degrees north 020 west, it's going to be 4320 north. In that goes. And that's the first, that's a whole waypoint with a coordinate. Now let's try the AirInc with a half-degree. So 45 north 030 west, we'll use that. So it's going to be right, so it needs to be N. The hell? N. There's two ways to do this. N4. N45. 030 west. 0. Not in database. Let's try the other way. So 5N. 030. Not in database, so that's not going to work. Let's try putting it in 455 N 030 west. Not in database. So it looks like we can't get halfway points, which is a real shame, because that's going to be a key feature of Across the Pond this year, and they're kind of expecting us to do that. Maybe I'm getting the format slightly wrong. CMD Fresh, yes I am indeed. The tool itself just generates a custom VMR, but you can see here that we've got Vueling A320 there, which I think is Dan. There was somebody there next to us in an... Interestingly, the EasyJet liveries weren't working for us. Peter landed yet? Oh, there he is. Peter's down. Sephiros, what is the difference between the QNH and Barrow entries? So QNH is the regional pressure, or the pressure of the airfield, sorry. Let's go here. So the QNH is the pressure, mean sea level for the airfield. So in this instance, Roman, welcome on board. Thanks for joining as a Silver Frequent Flyer. Make sure you ping us on Discord and we'll get you added into the lounge. So for the approach into Santiago today, the QNH is 1023, which you can see here. We've used that there and in the standby instruments. And we put the QNH into that section there. The Barrow is the pressure minimums. So on the charts, let's go Navigraph. We did the ILS Zulu. So on the charts, you've got two figures for Cat C here. I put in 1441, which is the minimums call out, with the barometric pressure. The height, D brackets H, is the rad out. So for a radio, you could put 241 in. And of course, if you've got an aircraft that can't do a 241, you'd round up to 250, as an example there as well. And RVR, for those of you who don't know, is runway visual range. So that's the distance that you're allowed to be able to see the runway at as a limit. So for Cat C, RVR 1,000 metres, or 1 kilometre. That particular approach. Zaid, hello, welcome. Well, hopefully at some point we're going to be able to get the introduction of waypoints, half waypoints, which is really important for the half set coordinates that they're intending to do for across the pond this year. Hopefully they can get that kicked in, working soon. Comes Peter once he parks up. And we'll get a little screenshot here of the scenery overall. Definitely seems to draw better with Sim Update 6. Not sure where Peter's going. Left a bit, right a bit. And there seems to be a lot less popping as well of scenery too. Chris, hi. How did you get your MSFS A32NX MFDs to show so crisp? Not sure. Just look at your display resolutions and things like that inside your settings, and hopefully you can find one that works for you. I can't remember actually changing anything in particular. There we go. Tomorrow, make sure you head to our Discord server. Tomorrow, I'm hoping I can get a few people together. One of which, at least one person that knows the Mac loop really well. We'll depart Valley in the Just Flight Hawk T1 for Microsoft Flight Simulator, the preview copy that I've got, and we'll fly along with a load of other people, potentially on joinfs.net. If not, it will be on the MSFS multiplayer servers, so everybody else can connect and join as well, and probably be a bit chaotic in that sense. And then we're going to give the Mac loop a go before heading around to Duxford Airfield with the new airshow freeware stuff. Really nice bit of scenery that they've put together for that. And we'll do a couple of flybys around that and some cool camera views and things. I'll try and catch people going past with barrel rolls, loop the loops, whatever else, as a bit of a different stream from myself. Thanks everybody who was watching at the beginning. Bit strange we had that crash to desktop. I still can't quite work out why we had that, but appreciate you all bearing with us while we dealt with that in as calm a way as we possibly could. And apart from that, I hope you guys have all enjoyed it. Welcome to Roman joining us as a silver frequent flyer, and Wesley for upgrading his channel membership as well, and Stephen for joining us too. A really warm welcome to you guys, and thanks as always for supporting the stream. Wesley for your super chat as well. Very warm welcome to all of our new subscribers today too, and thank you to everybody who's hit the like button for today's live stream. Enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you all for watching, and thanks to those who flew along. And I hope to see you all tomorrow for a bit of Just Flight Hawk T1 preview carnage, as I try and learn and try and fly the Mac loop for the first time. In the meantime, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.